talking a lot about this uptrend trend line and about the 200-day moving average, that's supposed to be certain kind of support, and we would expect it. We went ahead and we added these two kind of range lower support levels here. Let's go ahead and right now just take it off live if we're already at it, okay? And even this uptrend line, I'm gonna show you guys something real quick, okay? There was a certain uptrend. It made a short bounce here on June 24th at around the 58K level. We had the support also from over here, 200-day moving average as we spoke. It made a little bounce, and then of course it did not hold. It broke down. Now, after it broke this trend line, I can right now go ahead and say this trend line has pretty much lost its main purpose, its main relevance. And That's the thing about these trend lines, okay? They're normally they get more and more assurance the more they test it and the more they prove themselves. So, for example, twice, you can make plans, all right, when you see it coming towards that line, but that it's not yet. It's not yet of a strong confirmation. That's why a lot of times people say, let's wait for three confirmations on that line till we can really um, call it what it is, call it an uptrend line, or tag it as such. So just for the analysis now, I'm gonna go ahead and just move that. Okay, so it'll be easier because again, it just lost its relevance. I mean, and that's what you got to do. You got to try to look at the big picture here and see, okay, what's going on here. I mean, well, we have to be really open to what the chart is trying to tell us. Okay, so short, we've been tracking, like we said, this consolidation up here that's been going on since its all-time highs back in March 24, after this huge rally we had from the end of 23 upwards. And like we said, consolidating, broke down a little bit back in May, went back up, and of course since June, beginning of June, the past we could call it right now, just over a month, um, just total downtrend. Okay, this is a very, very strong downtrend. It's coming out of the consolidation area that we were talking about, and currently below its 200-day moving average. There's a kind of cross here between the EMA9 and the 200-day moving average. If I go ahead and also I'm going to use the KC, I love the KC indicator. We can also, of course, see that it tested its 20 exponential moving average, and since then it's just been going lower. Okay, that we've been seeing from the beginning of June, pretty much when it started this downtrend. Now, what does this basically mean? Could mean a lot of things, obviously, but the fact that it's over here, this does not look too strong. Okay, this does not look too strong. Does not look that it has perhaps finished its selling just yet. Whenever Bitcoin's at around 56, and we saw that it even reached on 5th of July, Friday, 53, around 53,400. Of course, the number that is that we all need to talk about is the 50K, okay? And that is definitely a very, very strong support level around the 50K. We've been seeing a little bit here. If I zoom out, of course, we're going to be seeing more areas between this. Definitely a supply zone, demand zone at 50K. Not to mention the psychological level of that. I'll also go ahead and say that if we go ahead, let's go out for a second to the weekly. Something very interesting here on the weekly. Weekly obviously is much more powerful than the other smaller time frames. Gives us a little bit more information. We've seen here kind of like a double. You can even maybe call it a triple top if you want to count this wick. Fail, 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 and of course now we're going down. Now this also does not look good, especially with the strong red candles here on the weekly. We're currently here. Wouldn't be surprised if we hold above it or break down towards the 50 moving average on the weekly. Okay, here we also have some support level around the 47.48. Like I said, when I'm talking 47.48, guys, round it up to 50. Okay, because it's going to be a strong move and it's going to be moving up and down, but those are the ranges, the levels. Okay, between the 48, let's call it, to the 51. That's pretty much what we're going to be talking about. And that's the real test. I think that right now it broke. That's where we're going to be going. and from there, I do not think this is going to be a huge total sell-off, and we're going to be going down towards the 40s and 30s. No, I do think that if we broke the 60, 58, 60 level, as we've been talking about for quite a while, definitely the 50K is next. Okay, definitely, and there is strong support. Okay, this is where the support really comes into place. I do think that it could happen either this week or next. Okay, there might be a little bounce this week, but maybe towards next. Let's just call it this in the upcoming week or two. We should probably be seeing it going down. Okay, it could even happen tomorrow, guys. That's just how it is. We got a big event coming out. We got Fed talking the Senate tomorrow and after tomorrow. And of course, the CPI numbers come out on Thursday, PPI on Friday. So these are events that definitely can move the market. Okay. Now, the reason why we didn't update sooner, normally we go ahead and we update on Saturday, is because there wasn't really a reason to until it really broke down. We had that uptrend and the 200-day on the moving average, like I showed you guys before. That's what we wanted to see. I mean, if we're going to be seeing it near that level, we want to see what happens. So now that we've seen what happened, now we can go ahead and try to make our decisions accordingly. So like I said, it does look like there is some downside pressure. But again, if we're looking here at the big picture, I mean, I've been looking at on Twitter, on X, and other platforms. A lot of people see here a cup and handle kind of formation happening on the weekly. Definitely something that may be happening. This is could be called. You can call it a hand. Go ahead and call it a handle. That's fine. But as it is, this is a very, very nice formation on the long term. Okay. So trying the 50 again and seeing, of course, if we manage to bounce back up to the 60. If we're going to zoom out even a little bit more, okay, we can see that this is a very natural movement, especially after this huge move up. Okay, we've went up literally, I mean, guys, from October 23 till March 24, we're talking here about, what is it, 4 months, 5 months. Um, that this is a huge move to make. Okay, especially, you guys could say, okay, yeah, it's crypto, whatever, it moves fast. Okay, this is a huge move. Okay, and prices need to stabilize. That's just how it is. Okay. Um, and if you really want to go for a look, December 20, from end of 22 till March 24. All right. So you're looking here at just over a year and 3 months, let's say. To have such a huge move from 16 way up to the all-time high 72. Look, we're looking at 326%, guys. I mean, it is very, very likely for there to be some type of retracement, um, especially after a 300% move over the past what are we talking about here? Let's say December 22 till July, so let's say year and a half. 300 and what was it, 50%, whatever it was, to go down 24%, guys. Even if it goes down, like I said, around 33%, that is okay. That is perfectly acceptable. That is perfectly normal. That is actually healthy, okay, in an uptrend movement. And I do think that if we survive this, this test on the 50-day moving average on the weekly, we're going to be shooting back up towards the end of the year and possibly even exploding higher. Okay, if we do explode higher, look, I'll tell you guys, plain and simple. Okay, sometimes a move backwards is just an indicator of a stronger move forward. Okay, again, we have to be cautious. This is not financial advice. We just have to be cautious and look at where the market is going. Okay, or may go. Okay, um, in the short term, like we said, this is how it looks like. Anyway, uh, of course, we'll be continuing to update and checking this out. But like we said, eyes on the 50. Guys, have a very good week. Trade well, trade safe. All the best. And don't forget, start to conquer, guys.